illegal. Fuck. Condoms, birth control, condoms. I mean it. Hey guys, if you are not 18 or already pregnant, please click out of this video because this is not for you. I'm not sure if this is a story time or more of a trashy fucking video. Pretty sure you guys will let me know. But let's just get right into it. Now, by the title, you know that I was pregnant at 18. I am 24 now, so that was a few years ago. But I thought you might find this story a little bit interesting. Let's backtrack a little bit. As a teenager, I rebelled kind of a lot. I wasn't your goody-goody teenager. To a lot of people, I appeared that way. But I did hang out with a small crowd that wasn't the best. I did party a little. I did hair. I did play around with some street drugs. Nothing crazy. Typical teenager stuff, let's say that. Not long after my 17th birthday, I turned 18. Duh. Did I really need to mention that? Anyways, I thought it was fucking badass. The first thing I did on my 18th birthday was I had my friend stretch my ears for the first time. I was like, yes, I'm fucking cool, man. Literally in the backseat of my friend's car, and another one of my friends was doing it for me. So fucking professional, right? So cool. And yeah, that's how my 18th birthday started. We had a little party, got drunk, and yeah. The friend that was stretching my ears, we ended up talking more and more. We ended up dating and getting sexually active. He actually was only my second sexual partner. So despite being like the only person in high school who actually paid attention to sex ed, like, it actually interested me and I actually asked questions. But, and my parents preaching to me safe sex and condoms and everything. I didn't know how to put on a condom. And as a woman, should probably know that to make sure a guy is putting it on right. I was on birth control at the time to regulate my periods, and we were using condoms. We were hanging out a lot, we were having sex a lot, and every time we were being safe, that was a definite thing. Hold on, I'm fucking thirsty. Graveyard girl. But for some reason, the condoms were like 80% of the time always breaking. I don't know why. Like I said, all I knew was that a guy was supposed to put on a condom, and that was all my knowledge at barely 18 years old. So we had a lot of condom breaks. And to make things worse, my periods were not very regular, and I think I was having some issues with my birth control or something. I really don't know. Like I said, I was playing around with a lot of drugs at this time and partying a lot, so my memory was a little bit foggy. So I went to my OBGYN, and he wanted to switch my birth control. But in order to switch my birth control, I had to go off my current birth control, wait a month until my cycle came, and then I could start my new birth control. So I was completely off of birth control, had my new birth control waiting for me at home, and yeah. So now all we had were condoms. Of course, we were still sexually active and using condoms, but they were still breaking. And I was like, okay, we need to like find new brands, we need to try new things, and we were, but they were still breaking. I don't know. I started having some strange things happening. My nipples were fucking sensitive. Like, I couldn't even stand anything touching them. They just fucking hurt so bad. And I was like, what the fuck? Oh, wait. I'm not on birth control, and condoms are breaking. So I was always like super honest with my sister and my mom about just anything in life. My fucking phone's blowing up. And so my sister actually drove me to an orthodontist appointment. I don't know, maybe like a few days after this happened. Again, my mind's fucking foggy, so I don't really know the timeline of all this stuff. But after my orthodontist appointment, I got in the car with my sister and I told her about the little symptom that I was having, and I was like, look, I don't want to go on partying or doing anything that I shouldn't be doing if, I could possibly be pregnant. And all she said was, do you want me to buy you a test? And I was like, yes. So she did. I took it and it was negative. And I was like, okay, that's not what I was expecting, but all right, cool. Awesome. I had a period not too long after that was extremely heavy and extremely weird. Now, this is where I get a little bit confused. I don't know if that was like a miscarriage or just a symptom of being pregnant, something going on. But just keep that in mind. Maybe one of you guys have a little bit more knowledge about that. Anyways, I continued to go on about my life, doing my normal teenage bullshit, thinking I was fucking cool, fucking 18, hanging out with this guy that I was head over heels for, and hanging out with my fucking friends that partied all the time, and whatever, careless life. I was 18. More condoms are breaking, and I still can't start my birth control. This one night we have sex, and a condom breaks again, and it was the weirdest fucking thing ever. I literally, if I didn't say this out loud, I at least said it to myself in my head, I'm pregnant. Like, that's it. I'm pregnant. This was it. And I don't know. I remember after this, because by night, I mean, like, we were probably up partying, or maybe we weren't up partying, maybe we were up watching Netflix or playing video games or something. I don't know. I don't want to get this story wrong or something, but I just know that we were up all night, and this was like the sun was coming up. You know what I mean? Like when you're a teenager, you stay up all night. But anyways, so we went to the store, and I said I was going to stay in the car. I was literally just sitting there staring up and into the distance, and I'm like, I'm pregnant. Like, that was it. Any other time that a condom broke and I was off my birth control, or even on my birth control, I was like, like, I know the risk, but no. But this time it was like, I just know. That's the weirdest thing, but I'm pretty sure some of you girls out there that have been pregnant before kind of know the feeling that I'm talking about. My mom knew about the test that I took before, and again, I'm so foggy about this. I think it was probably more so like the pregnancy brain that makes things foggy, but I don't know if it was like that day that I told my mom or a few days later or something. And she was like, you guys have to stop having sex, because at this time I was having some bladder issues that we couldn't figure out what was going on. We just thought I was having UTIs all the time, and like I couldn't get a doctor to listen to me. Like something was going on with my body. And she was like, if you get pregnant right now, like I don't know what's going to happen. And I was like, okay, you know what, Mom, you're right. And cue my interstitial cystitis journey. If you want to go check that out, we finally figured it out 6 years later. But that's what was going on then. Regardless, we stopped having sex, and weeks later, I told my mom, I was like, look, I'm having the same symptom I was having before when I told my sister. It's like my nipples fucking hurt, and I don't feel right. And so my mom went to the store, she brought me back a test. I told my boyfriend, who was there at my house, and I took it into the bathroom. I was nervous, but at the same time, I already knew, and I took the test. Like, pretend this is the test. I put it on the counter. Didn't even look at it, just put it on the counter. She sat there and went, and like cleaned up my business, like pulled up my pants. And as I was pulling up my pants, you know, I look over at it and it's positive. Damn. I did this. So I waste no time because I'm the type of person that if something like shell shocks me, I stand there and I freeze, like, and I can't do anything. So I button up my big girl mama pants and I take that test and I go directly to the kitchen where my mom is and I just hand it to her. And she says something like, "So this is real, huh?" And I don't remember if I responded or anything, but I know my boyfriend, like, he saw me, like, beeline to the kitchen. He, like, came out there and he saw it, and I don't remember what his response was, but, I mean, we kind of knew because I was talking about it so much, but it sucked, like, having to tell your parents and just that whole, like, awkwardness, because, like, my mom, because she got pregnant at a young age, and she just preached, like, condoms, birth control, condoms, birth control, condoms, birth control to me. And I did. I was safe, but you can be as safe as you want to be, and you can still get pregnant. This video was not meant to, in any way, like, say that I am not happy that I am a mother. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, I completely stopped partying, of course, without question, without anything. Yeah, it changed my life, obviously. I mean, I became a mother. A lot of people say this and it's so sappy and so corny and so cheesy and so like I've heard this so many times, like, why are you saying this? But if I didn't have my daughter, like, what path would I have followed? Like, I know I wanted to go to college. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was hanging out with horrible people. Some of those people I still hang out with, and they're, like, not horrible. They're amazing. They're some of my best friends, but I was doing horrible things, and it's just, like, thank you. Thank you. And I love being a mom. I love my daughter, and it is what it is. I'm not saying go out and get pregnant, but it is a blessing in disguise. But definitely finding out and telling your parents, and then just the awkwardness of like going to the grocery store with your mom and you have like a pregnant belly and like people are staring at you. They're like, "Oh, you're like 15 and pregnant." Like, it's weird. I hope you enjoyed this little story. This was a little bit awkward and hard for me to tell, but you know, I'm 24 now, so maybe I'll insert some pictures at the end of this of me when I was pregnant or me when I was younger or something like that. But like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment if you have any questions or anything to add to this, anything to say, any advice. Maybe you experience the same thing, maybe you're younger than me, whatever. Comment whenever you'd like to, and subscribe if you'd like more stories. Bye.